What's up, crypto kids, blockchain, Fantom friends? Welcome to another episode of Earning on Fantom. Gonna be going over some of my favorite platforms over here on the Fantom blockchain, or DAG, and just gonna walk on through it. Today we got, or not today, but very recently we got this TOOMB swap, which is very cool to have a swap attached onto TOOMB. So in order to see this, you need to leave the old UI and come over to the new UI. The old UI will be disappearing shortly anyway, so at some point you'll have to make the move on over. But the swap is over here, and it's very cool. You can swap all your favorite TOOMB stuff, and the fees go to, instead of, going to some other platform, going to, wherever, Spooky or wherever else you're trading, they go to feed the treasury, which helps buy T-bonds, which helps keep this thing above peg during times of instability. So just by utilizing this swap over other swaps, you will be supporting the platform and helping TOOMB stay above peg. It's killer. And we need a lot more stuff like this, and it's cool that they have this built in here. And if this gets big and people start utilizing it, these fees can add up over time. And using fees to help the the buy-side pressure on a coin it's a new trend that I like a lot, and everyone should be doing it, like all the DeFi as a service type stuff that we get into. They get into different protocols, they might get into Anchor, they might get into, utilizing their treasury in different ways to come back and support the token, right? Buy the token off the market, possibly do burns, whatever it is, provide to the liquidity pair to make sure that we have, deep liquidity and we're not getting taxed on, because if you don't have deep liquidity, the price fluctuations are huge, especially when a whale is in there pumping and dumping and doing whatever he's doing, right? Dropping major amounts of value through the system, selling, buying, locking it, all that good stuff. That causes the price to do crazy things if there's not a lot of liquidity. Not something you got to worry about with this protocol. They got plenty of liquidity. But the fact that we have this, and every time you do a trade over here, it takes the fees, half the fees go to the liquidity providers, and the other half of the fees go straight to the treasury to buy T-bonds when we need that to happen. So pretty cool. You will have to do a whole separate approval, right? So this is basically, a completely different contract here, and just attached on through the interface, and so you will need to do an entirely new approval, so don't be surprised when that happens. How's the peg? Peg's been okay. Price is suppressed, and as you would expect, a little bit. Harry has put his arm around 2ohm and 3ohm. We're gonna be stopping there next, and him doing that allows them to benefit from all of the stuff we got going on over here on TOOMB. So, it's a natural diversification to add a little to 2ohm and to 3ohm. And, the fact that we're all working together now, there's, going to be everything that Harry's doing, he's going to basically be including these guys. So they're going to, benefit from time. They're going to benefit from all that. So a big thing that happens here, right? Very often the T-bonds are open, and right now if you are able to buy T-bonds, it's not a bad move, because the T-bonds are supposed to be allocated much heavier for the airdrop, the upcoming airdrops, for time, for whatever happens with the solidly with the Andre Cronje, because remember we get through TOOMB an Andre Cronje NFT, and this is a big part of my exposure to solidly, right, is through TOOMB. So TOOMB, with the airdrops that they're going to be doing, and we're going to get massive amounts of airdrops. That's where a lot of our, returns from this platform, from being, loyal to this platform, are going to come when the new pools open, when the new stuff happens. We'll be getting airdrops, and they're supposed to be pretty damn substantial, and I want to be a part of that. So, in a bad way. So right now, I'm not selling any of my profits coming out of TOOMB Finance. I'm rolling them all back in, and when T-bonds are open, I want to buy T-bonds, so I'm trying to keep a little bit of TOOMB off to the side. I'm also taking my TOOMB and loading it into the maximizers, especially over at Beluga. We'll stop there in just a second. And yeah, it's just been working good. So with folding this back in, yeah, like I said, what I'm doing right now is just simply grabbing my T-share out of the, the 2omb LP and the different LPs and dropping them into the masonry to get more and more 2omb. But also just to increase my position here so that I'm getting the largest allocation for the airdrops as possible, because those airdrops, I imagine, are going to be pretty damn, lucrative and substantial if you hold on to them, like when you talk about the different airdrops that have happened over time, if you think about like the original sushi swap, those airdrops, ended up being dramatic for the, for whatever. All the different airdrops can end up being thousands and thousands of dollars, and I think that will be the case here. I don't think we're going to be, I think it's going to be quite lucrative. That's my whole point. And so I want to get in as much airdrop as I have. I'm trying to hold as much T-bond as I have. I want to get, up to 5 T-shares in the masonry, which is what I'm doing now, gathering up all of my T-share, dropping it into the masonry here, and I'm at 4.45. Want to get that up to a solid 5. We are above peg right now, but we've been floating around, so, sputtering out, as my friend likes to say. I generally say buy in, paid to hold, right? We're getting paid to hold here, and I want to hold these anyway because of all the airdrops, and I'm just, big fan and believer in Harry and 2omb Finance and all that good stuff. So stopping by 2omb. 2omb has been going fantastic. I took a couple grand and loaded it into 2 shares. But I was a day late. I don't know if you remember my video a couple days ago. I said, okay, it's Monday or Sunday. Sunday is often the best day to allocate capital, but very often on Monday, if you were in some sort of run on Sunday, Monday comes over and bashes it over the head and you get a nice correction somewhere. But sometimes on Monday you get a big pump. You never know for sure. And so I had held my capital on Sunday through Monday. Not the smartest idea, because during that time, the 2 shares had pumped pretty substantially. So let's go look at those 2 shares real quick. Main list. Come over to the 2 share price. But we're still up quite a bit from where I entered. So when I had said I wanted to, move that capital over, and on Sunday we were down here about 2,000 something. I was like, that's pretty freaking good way to go. I don't think it's gonna get much lower, but it very well could. And then it didn't. It went up, and I ended up buying right here just under 3,000. So it moved up like, it was like 2,900 I got it. So it moved up $900 in that one day. And so, missed some serious gain there. But then I got rewarded, and it's moved on up to 3,500. And I went into the 2omb pool. I went into this farm here, the 2omb 2-share LP, and I went in that one because it is paying the highest. It was at 4.6 when I put it in. It's at 4.1 right now, so that means some other people saw the same opportunity I did and aped in here. Had a nice payout today of $161. I had only a couple grand in, less. Like I said, I added 2 grand, so I had about 1,400 in here. And then let's see, also on here I am in the 2-share FTM LP. That's where I put my initial capital. It has raised up, getting back up to nice areas. Made a nice 200 here for the day. Can't beat that. So I'm in these 2 pools right now. I'm not in the 2omb FTM LP. If I was, I would actually go stake that on an auto compounder somewhere. Sell off that T-share, help the price, all that good stuff. Help the price Fantom, help the price 2omb, all the things that we love. So farms looking good here. Boardroom also looking good. The TWAP's at 1.35. That is a delicious place to be. And I like that quite a bit. APR 884% currently. And I've been just adding my 2 shares in here. For me, I want to get as many 2 shares as possible. 2 shares will become deflationary sooner rather than later. It's like in April something. And that's going to be major. These guys are the second 2omb fork that I know of to ever go cross-chain, right? So 2omb's cross-chain because you can, farm 2omb on AVAX, on BSC. We've got a lot of integrations with other places. And so from other chains, you can utilize 2omb. You can take your 2omb over to Trader Joe, match it up with AVAX, and get some nice print there. But these guys will be the next fork to go cross-chain, and they've got some integrations with Piggy over on Fantom, over on AVAX, and it's nice to see integrations between AVAX and Fantom happening all the time. That I've tried to get rid of that Microsoft pop-up so many times. I've erased it out of my computer. Anyway, I followed the procedures. I tried to get rid of it, and it just keeps publishing itself on there. So anyway, so all of the what I'm doing is, like I said, collecting all the 2Share I can. I'm not selling any 2Share at all, and I'm not actually selling anything out of this platform. I'm just taking it over to the next layer of the farm here. And because these guys, these guys have a lot of stuff going on, they're doing like a lot of DeFi as a service, basically, situation where they're utilizing their treasury in different ways to help the peg, but it's not just sitting there, it's earning. And so, I like that a lot. I like when, instead of like, if you were getting, feed out in some way, take that, invest it again, and then send it over to us. You want to have everything pouring into a couple pools and do the whole dedicated income stream type of thing. So let's head on the home here. This one's having a little bit tougher time keeping the peg because, actually it's gone up quite a bit, but because they don't have very much to do with the 3ohm, right? The only 3ohm thing you can do is add more Fantom and get into the 3ohm pool. There is no 3ohm 3Share pool that you can get into. But from these farms, what you can do is you can take your 2Share and your 2ohm, pair them up with Fantom, stick them into here, and earn at a pretty good rate 3Shares. Nothing wrong with earning 3Shares. You got multiple ways to earn 3Shares. I like that a lot. They really should open up a pool, in my opinion, where they have the 3Share paired with the 3ohm. That would be, quite quite a good idea. And really, you could get into any amount of different, you do any amount of pairings here. And I would like to see more pairings over at Tomb too, right? Wouldn't it be nice? I know that what they're trying to do is basically have Tomb as a utility off platform. So there's all these different places to stake it, different places to, lend against it, to borrow against it. There's so many things you could do with your Tomb. But if you could do something on platform, it would stop a lot of the newer people, right? I don't like the word noob really, but it stop a lot of the newer people who don't really, you get timid when you're new and you're like, I don't want to jump into check out this lending protocol. I just wrapped my head around this seniorage thing and I barely figured that out. So if they had a way on the Tomb site in order to, do something with your Tomb right there, and the same thing here with the 3ohm, doing something with the 3ohm right here on the site, besides wrapping it with Fantom. Really what you should do is sell half of the 3ohm, sell it back into Fantom, and just keep building up this pool. That's what I'm doing right now. All the T-shares that come out of here, that is where that's my final destination. I sell all of that 3Share that comes out of here as my passive income. So I'm keeping everything on the whole entire 2Share platform. And then I will be loading it into a couple of these pools to earn more 3Shares, taking that 3Shares, loading it into the boardroom here, and then taking that 3ohm that pumps out of the boardroom, selling half of it into Fantom, pairing it up here, and this is the pool, my final destination. So, dedicated income streams on steroids from like 3 different platforms fitting into one and all that good stuff. It's really fun. Anyway, the 16-year-old or 18-year-old or whatever he is, the young kid who was one of the main devs over at 2omb 3omb has left the building. He's, sold out, or not sold out, but he's, sold off his tokens, and he's no longer part of the main dev team. The main guy we got over there, his name is Risky, is what he goes by. And he's the real brains behind the whole thing. So it's nice to basically have, you had the genius young kid dev come and help build the damn thing. But now that we have like adults, I know that's kind of a rude, but an older crowd running the thing and taking it more in a serious destination. Because, it's hard to pour millions of dollars into a protocol ran by, where one of the main people running it is a 16-year-old. That is a lot of pressure for, people to go through. And it was a lot of pressure for him to do all the stuff with like Harry trolling them and then, getting on board with them. That, but either way, using his brains has certainly helped and has helped us all. So here we are over on the masonry. Let's go ahead and claim my rewards here. I have 52 tomb. So there's two different things that I've been doing with my tomb. I have been taking and both of them earn OX DAO in some way, right? So if you take your tomb and stick it on the OX DAO platform, or the 0x DAO, sorry, not OX, 0x, that one right there. You make about 80 something percent, and you make that in these OX DAO coins. This whole platform was created. Oh, look at buy OXD USD bonds here. That's cool. Let's check on that. That wasn't there before. So the on Olympus Pro. Wow, that's great. I like that. I'm not going to do that right now. So the price right now is super cheap, 8 cents. And so what I've been doing is I have some tombs staked over here, about $2,500 worth, 1,221 tomb. That will go up when Fantom goes up, and it is just earning me the OX DAO coins here. I then take these and put them over on the Reaper compounder. Justin Beavis is the guy who, owns that Byte Mason team, who is also the guy who writes the contracts for here. He's the reason that you also have this type of thing right here. We're not telling you to invest in us, you are. And he doesn't own any of these coins. He's says he never even comes to the site. He's just there to make sure that this is done correctly, and he writes a lot of the contracts here, and we like that. We want the he's one of the best devs and strangest guys on Fantom, and so it breathes a lot of confidence into this platform. So even though I'm holding my tomb here, this tomb, because these guys are major partners with Fantom, with Tomb, this will count for the airdrop. Any tomb that you hold over here does count for the airdrop. Same with on Reaper. If you have Reaper on any of the major auto compounders, all that counts for your airdrops. So don't worry about that. That's pretty cool. So the other thing that I'm doing with my tomb, and what we're going to do today, is I'm putting it in Beluga. And Beluga, I'm putting in this tomb maximizer. Our current APY is pretty good, 514%. That's higher than it was. So here it is here, 514% APY. And what's really interesting, this is basically, a boosted vault, but is more likely using the Tomb FTM pair, and then auto compounding over there on Tomb, right? And then, but what's interesting, instead of keeping the T share, it sells off of the T share and sells it into this APY here, which is fire 6.16. I mean, it's ridiculous. So you get the 514 APY, that's compounded, so don't get yourself too excited. And you get that, and then instead of paying out in T-shares, it pays out in an LP, right? That new LP that they were talking about locking up on Ohm, that's the exact LP it pays out on, and it's this one here. So it's this one here, and if you click on that, it will take you over to this one. And look at this APY is, 6.16 thousand per. It's a lot, right? So it's so high they could barely even state it there. And I don't have much in here. This is all earned. I earned it for free, 19, probably about $40 worth so far. So let's go ahead and go back over to the Tomb maximizer and drop the tomb that we've earned today in there. And then, like I said, what it does is it pays me out in that LP and starts auto compounding it. So very cool contract, very interesting the way it's written. And we're going to go ahead and deposit into here. We've got 52. Always cut off these things, or unless you got lots of time to waste. Okay, deposit. Because it kicks your transaction back all the time. So, getting rid of those extra fluff all the time is a great way to not spend your time, reconfirming things on the regular. So, yeah, so we just dropped this $52 in here. That will take it and help me auto compound and pay me out a lot more of this here. So this thing is going well. I have my tomb over here just pumping away, and the other place that I'm putting my tomb, like I said, on OXDAO, then I take that and stick it into the Reaper farm. And with the Reaper farm auto compounds the OXDAO that I just withdrew that OXDAO from this farm, from the pool here, right? And then I take that and I go over to Reaper. Let's grab a refresh there. You always got to grab a refresh on Reaper. And they keep the current price of Fantom right here. There is no coin yet, but they are talking about creating a coin. And Beavis dropped a little hint that it will have the entire Byte Mason, not just Reaper farm, but like the Byte Mason school. All the stuff is going to be like a complete, I don't know, like almost like a profit share for everything he does. It sounds very freaking cool to me, and I'm going to be going in as heavy as I can if that ever happens, and so I'm staying on top of that as best I can. Okay, OXDAO. Wow, what happened here? All of the farms for OXDAO seem to have a problem. Maybe they're writing new ones, or I don't know. I was in this single-sided pool, and this is where I was staking all my stuff, not taking deposits now. So who knows what's going to happen there exactly. I'll leave that coins in there for now. But if not, maybe I'll pair them up with, sell half in the USDT, pair them up with USDT, and stick them into the, stick it in Beluga or something. Not sure. Didn't realize this had happened, so I'll have to go down that rabbit hole now. So it looks like most of the OXDAO auto compounders are not currently pumping out anything over on Reaper. I'm gonna have to see what's going on with that. Okay, moving on from there, I got a couple more things I want to cover. Let's stop by BEETS real quick, because BEETS is just fantastic, and I've gotten a few other questions. Someone asked me just the other day, how do I unstake my BEETS? You know, because I gave a video of like how to claim your BEETS, put your BEETS into the Fidelio Duet pool by adding 20% Fantom, taking those LP coins, staking them into FBEETS, and then staking your FBEETS here and earning, which I'm doing here, right? So he says, how do I withdraw? See that little withdraw button right there? There you go. That's it. Max, put as much as you want, press withdraw. It'll take it all out of here. If you want to break the burn your FBEETS and receive your Fidelio Duet BPTs, that's what you have to do. So, you know, you withdraw your FBEETs out of the pool. Now you have FBEETS, right? The FBEETS, you can take it to auto compounders and do all sorts of other stuff with it. Even putting it over there on OXDAO takes FBEETS, right? So you can take FBEETS right here. See these FBEETS? Well, something's going on over here because all the APRs are basically zero. So might just take my tomb out of here if it's not earning anything, and I'll stick it over in Beluga, or also SING, Singular Farm. Has got some new cool stuff that they're doing with tomb as well. So might stick it over there. But something's going on with OXDAO. I need to catch up and find out. Obviously, should have done that before I made this video. All right, so let's move on. We're going to go stop by Power real quick. Power has a lot going on, man. It's crazy. The team here is off the charts. Remember, original founding member of the Union of Transparency, which is like the node protocols, like self-governing body of like, you got to have all this stuff in order to be, you know, the top of the top protocols, and you got to be invited in. And these guys are a founding member there, out front, super out front, and they got a lot going on, right? So they got these farms. Well, let's stop by the app real quick. So here's the app, and earning nicely. I claim out of here, you know, every day or every other day, and you can just come here and claim whatever rewards you want there. We'll claim these superhumans right now. It's only at 2.87, and these things are like, man, these guys got so much going on. It's crazy. And lots of announcements. These guys just bought an AVAX validator node. So they have a Fantom node, AVAX node, and pretty cool. They're running this energy coin right now. Originally, they started this energy thing, which is like a farm over here. And they did that to try to get into the, get one of those solidly NFTs. That didn't happen. There was too many big, huge, giant players. And these guys, weren't, giant players who were longer in the tooth than what they are here. These guys were a little too fresh to do that. So they're doing some other stuff with their coins. But this energy thing, which is this farms here, when you go to the farms, you could take your comb, or excuse me, wrong platform. You take your power and you could stick it into this farm here, which I have been doing. And it is earning me energy. I was selling all this energy and just enjoying these beautiful APYs that we have here. And look, this block is going to end soon, right? So 315, this block will probably end tomorrow, right? There's no fees to stick in here, so I'm happy to just stick whatever in here. Anyway, so this whole farm is about to end. So what I've been doing is I've been holding my energy that comes out of here, because what they're going to do is they're going to end up doing just an energy like Fantom pool and it's going to pay out in power. And so that's killer to me, right? So right now I'm collecting as much energy as I can, staking energy. It will be, its use case for now will be to earn power, to go into power. I like that a lot. And like I said, these guys have a lot going on. Taking a quick stop by their Twitter. Bringing power back to the people. Proud founding member of UOT. They have OTC if you're a big giant whale and you want to just buy straight from them. That'll help not move the market. The vote has ended. Loud and clear. DAG, here we come. So now we got AVAX freaking validator node. We got a Fantom validator node. And now we're going to have a DAG node. So 3 great nodes. Very, very awesome. We want to remind you that we're about the end date for energy distribution and unstaking requirement. You have to unstake your stuff. Like when this is over, you have to unstake it. It's like tomorrow or the next day. If you're not already in it, don't get in it, because you want to wait till after they, release the new farm. If that is something you want to do, like buy energy. If you are thinking that buying energy and to earn power is going to be a good move, DCAing in now before whatever happens is probably a good idea. But, not financial advice. We can't tell for sure. Join us on the Discord and have your voice heard. Go vote for your favorite, and that looks like where DAG won. So really good stuff. And like I said, you need to make sure you pull your energy out of there. And man, I've just been enjoying my APYs here. Look at 577, over 600% we've been getting there. I have some wrapped Fantom in this pool. It's earning a freaking 413%. It's got me 13,000 of these energy coins. And I was just selling off my energy and buying MIM and sticking it back into this pool. And, I started with like $400, got, only 170, but, pretty much free money. But then I decided to keep all this energy because when they, when this whole thing launches, the new farm, I want to have a big position in there, and especially if the APYs are anywhere close. So it sounds like they're keeping this one here, the FTM Energy LP, and there'll probably be a comb, maybe a comb energy LP or a comb wrapped Fantom LP, and they're all going to pay out. In power, not comb. Skip all that comb stuff. Sorry, wrong platform. We're going there next though. I'm not in that because I didn't want to hit the impermanent loss thing, but I am in the MIM, I'm in power, I'm in wrapped Fantom. I even got a little bit of ETH over here. So I got 0.2 ETH staked over here. The APR was really ridiculous, 361%, earning 1% a day on Fantom, or excuse me, on ETH, and earning it in energy that I'm going to be using later to earn power. Like I said, huge things going on here. Okay, last place that we're going to stop and be done for the day. We're stopping by Comb, and that's why you kept hearing me say Comb. Comb just did some major stuff, man. They did an AMA today with red light nose districts. They did an AMA yesterday with cryptonaires. So big stuff coming for Comb. Comb is like, they're Fantom hardcores. They really love Fantom. They got like their own little NFT platforms. They have major NFT drops going on. We just found out from the AMA today that them and Red Light Node District which is a really great node protocol over on Fantom, or excuse me, on AVAX that I am also in. They are working together. So here it is, Comb. They this is their little metaverse thing. You can go in there and like claim your rewards and all that. I haven't got into that. Not, I will once they add other games and stuff in there, and they're going to add all sorts of stuff. But they did a local Play B told me that there will be an airdrop from Red Light Node District for Comb Financial and Hive and all this good stuff. And it looks like it's going to be pretty substantial, right? Trade accepted. They were saying on the AMA with Crypto Nerds that this will be like the biggest event to ever happen in the node space. And they're doing some sort of like big giant chunk of airdrops for NFTs. And these guys have also done a trade with Red Light Node District. Did I have Red Light up here? They did a trade, which sounds like they traded nodes for Red Light Node District. This is trade accepted, and they're also doing this airdrop giveaway. So we'll see what happens there. I'm in both of these protocols. I really love them both, and we'll see what happens. All right, last thing that Comb's got going on that I wanted to show you that I think is pretty damn bullish, besides just the couple AMAs and all that, we've got a new interface here, right? And they said eventually they're actually going to probably do a referral system too. I think that's a good idea. I think that will brings in a lot of ambassadors for the platform and all that good stuff. I am getting close to being able to compound back into another node, so I'm really looking forward to that. So I'll have the full Seinfeld cast. I got Jerry, George, Kramer, and I'm gonna, when I reinvest this in a new Broughton Hive, I'm gonna have a lane here and get the whole cast working for me. So yeah, just pumping out fantastically. Gotta love it. And but what we got going here is that's new is these vaults. So what are these vaults? These vaults are 2ohm, which I love. We just talked about it. Fantom. And more integrations from, more liquidity, more stuff going on for 2ohm. 2ohm, yeah, going cross-chain. Super bullish on 2ohm. The 2 shares is going to be extremely valuable, in my opinion. So what happens here? You put the 2ohm and your Fantom in here, and you earn this fantastic 3.44% daily. Now, just like over on Tomb, where they have the swap, and they're using those fees from the swap to come in and buy to add to the treasury, which will buy the T-bonds, right? They don't have T-bonds or any of that stuff here, or any senior rich type of, counter mechanism platforms. So what these do, and you're gonna like this is very cool, is there's 0 fees to get in here. No fees to get into this compounder. Most other compounders have fees, and the 2 compounders you have is 2omb FTM and then 2omb FTM. You can auto compound in here, and so what's the benefit of this? Nothing to you, except for you're probably holding Comb if you're involved in this platform, right? You got Comb, you got nodes. So what helps those nodes? Well, the burn back mechanism would certainly help, wouldn't it? So that's what happens here. All the fees, and they charge less fees than any other compounder. All the fees are used to buy back Comb off the open market and burn it. Fantastic. So they're going to do this with a whole bunch of stuff. Like they'll probably get a swap and some other features going on here. And with those features, that will be the underlying theme for all of them. That the fees will go in, help the buy side pressure for Comb by taking it, buying it off the market and burning it with all of the fees that they collect from their different auto compounders. So for me, that is a great reason to get into these auto compounders. It helps the price, helps you play the team role, right? And this is a long-term platform. In my estimation, the 2 best node plays on Fantom are Power and Comb. And I think, they're not, multi-month, they're multi-year platforms. These are serious teams out front. You can see the people, Power in the Union of Transparency. Comb will probably get there, but the thing with that is they're like, you have to have audits. And they do have an audit coming for this auto compounder, but their audit for their main contract, they're like, it doesn't make sense for them to do it because it's like $10,000 to get an audit done minimum. And for them to have that audit done, and they're like, well, we change our code all the time. So, if you don't believe in the team here, we're probably not the good place for you because we change our code regularly, so it doesn't make sense to us to do an audit, have to change the code, and then the audit company sends out a thing saying, oh, this audit for the new contract doesn't really exist because they have added these other features, and that's something that a lot of audit firms do, and it doesn't look good. So, take that with a grain of salt, but like these people are, you can see their faces, all that good stuff, and very, very professional. I think Outlets Cloud is also a fantastic node protocol over here, and I'm just not in that one. I think it is a great protocol. I just don't think they have as much going on and as much innovation as they do over here. But man, they certainly do got a great chart, don't they? So there's that. Really good innovations going on at KuCoin paying out like a bandit. 2omb 2omb is just, yeah, man, they are just making a lot of money there. It's nice. I'm still holding and compounding everything for my tune positions, and I think we're pretty well caught up. We didn't go over Beethoven. Let's drop by Oh, we did real quick. Did we go to Beethoven? We just didn't finish. Okay, to finish Beethoven real quick, I got distracted there. What I'm doing is I'm taking my beats out of here, and whenever I get about $50 worth of beats built up, I'm actually moving it over into this farm. Clicking on APR here, you'll see all the beautiful giant farms they have. But this one here, Monolith, has been it's one of these new situations where they're like yield on top of yield, right? So they have this like 20% XOD, they got wrap staked XOD, they have GOM, and it's like this stuff is working, right? It's on a farm somewhere, it's doing stuff. And they have some other stuff that they're doing where they're going to have some new pools where they're like single-sided, and they've got some wild strategies we'll be going over shortly, but they're like delta neutral strategies pretty much, where everyone can kind of enjoy some high APRs, and done in a very unique way. We will be going over that very shortly, but super bullish over here. So what I've been doing is, I only got $100 in here now, but I'm taking my beats and then I sell them for Fantom, and then I sell that Fantom and put it into the pool here, right? It's really simple. You come in here, and if you have any of these tokens, you can use those tokens, different amounts of them, or just use the one token. You can max here, and it will proportionally buy into each of these. This thing is genius, right? BuyShares is doing something similar, but they just seem to have like fallen off the planet, and they're mainly concentrating on their tomb fork. So, being over here on Fantom, where they are actually concentrating on this stuff, and these balancer, type things where you have all sorts of interesting strategies going on. And with this, where it's like using wrapped stake, coins, and you're earning on those. So yeah, I've been getting into this one and just, adding. I only got like $100, $105, but it's earning more beats. And then I just collect more and more beats, and I'm compounding all my beats into this pool for now. Probably will add some external funds as well, because the AP, that 400 something percent APR is just too good to not get into for me, especially when they're doing these things with the yield on top of yield, which is what I really, really am into, right? Where you stake in the protocol here, it's got some sort of boosted thing where you're getting, getting the native platform token, but then they have those funds out there in a staked situation, or in a wrap stake situation, or in XBOO, or whatever it is that they're doing, but they're doing something with it where it is earning externally, and that is helping boost the APRs. And the more of that goes on, yes, it does take on a little more risk, but it takes on a little more interesting aspect too, and also takes on a hell of a lot more profit. Okay, this is like the longest video on the planet, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. We'll catch you on the flip. Hope you're all having a hell of a great day. I hope you got mad profits falling in your lap. Hope you and your families just doing fantastic. You got light, love shining all over you. Anyway, catch you guys on the next one. I'm out.